Man, Ron, it's just good to just sit and talk, brother, because a lot of what we've done over the years. Ron, not too many people even know, brother, but we've been rocking this thing out for over 8 years together, man. And
Yes.
you and I literally started facilitating FFL back at the Y, back at University for Parents. Brother,
Right.
we were boots on the ground. Ron, we were in the barbershops doing fatherhood forums before we even gave it a concept, gave it a name. Like, we were just doing it, brother. And one thing I could always say about you, though, Ron, because this was really instrumental with our connectivity to the community. You own the space of being that wise counsel. You own the space that people also recognize, especially when you was having those conscious conversations over there at Peter Street with Stevie Baggs' mom back in the days, at his coffee spot there. Ron, I remember those moments where you was the ambassador for Furthering Father, doing what you just do, what came natural, being a phenomenal husband, being a phenomenal dad, grandpa, great grandpa, brother. So it was always, man, when I saw the opportunity of having you part of our leadership, it's not just you part of Furthering Father, you're helping to build Furthering Father. You're a pillar of Furthering Father. So with that, I got nothing but gratitude and appreciation for you, brother. And let's start though, Ron, where, man, in the conversations, Ron, that we as men have, the challenge is always that comfortability of feeling out your brothers. I know you have a lot of conversations, and you've had a lot of conversations with men as well as parents. So brother, you being who you are, why is it though, Ron, that we as men don't always support men? Or we talk about being supportive of Black men's wellness, but we as men oftentimes are toxic and bleed toxic off on others. Why is that, my brother? Why is that?
I think one thing for sure. First of all, thank you for having me. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here. I feel privileged to even be able to wear this shirt, to wear this hat, to be able to represent who we are. I mean,
Yes,
it's not a light task. We are different. We are one of a kind. I'm thankful to that because then we stand out from all the others. And it's not for pride, it's for the fact that we want to see the job get done. And we don't want to be remembered for what we said. We want to be remembered for what we've done and what we're doing.
Wait, Ron. Say that again, brother. That just felt so good coming in that vibration into my ear. Say that again, my brother.
I mean, again, we don't want to be remembered for what we say, man. We want to be remembered for what we've done and what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's the essence of what real leadership does.
Yeah.
Again, like the saying we always like to say, that's so famous, people don't care what you know until they care how much you care. And we are the very essence of that. When we walk away, we leave debris, good debris, the kind that people like to bask in, because the feeling was so ominous, and the smell was so radiant, and the taste just hit all the taste buds all the right way. So when we walk away, people got that ooh moment, and that means job well done. Yeah. And another thing that stands on before we get to that point is we don't stand on our accolades. We're not about that. We're about doing the work. When we see lives being changed, then we know the job is being done. Yeah, do we take a moment to celebrate? Yes, absolutely, as we should. But as I said, key word, a pure moment, because we still got more work to do. And we need to be prepping to move to the next level. So that's why I think we have been operating in such excellence, and makes it an honor to be a part of this.
Thank you.
But to your point with men, A lot of it is culture, a lot of it is tradition, a lot of it is what we have been trained in. Um, as the saying goes, we learn from what we observe. None of us comes in the world knowing anything. Everything from the point we get here that we learn comes from what we observe from someone else. And as men, we're observing from the older men. One of the challenges is we have been tasked with such a heavy load of such complacency and negative in our communities because of the challenges our men, our fathers and grandfathers and great-grandfathers so have been challenged with, that when we come in the world, we only get, in some cases, 30%, some cases 50%. Some cases you'll be blessed if you get 80%, you're really over the top of what that man can offer to you, because he's basing that off of what he has learned of lack thereof as well. And that's key. So you can get some good attributes from some men, but then you'll turn around and get a whole lot of negative stuff from the ones that are challenged. Now, the key is what outweighs the other. That's the foundation of what's going to determine what kind of man you're going to be. You know, and do you have the flexibility as you grow older to be able to change when you see things coming that look better than where you were? Can you adapt? Can you commit? You know, but some, they can't, unfortunately. They're so engraved in where they are, they don't see any other exit. And to them, they have confounded their minds to think, this is the best I can do. And this is what I'm going to accept as my life as a man. And this is the way I'm going to live it. Not realizing that their life is not circled on an island around them, but it has an impact on everyone around them, from family to friends to community to us as a whole. Because we are the very evidence and the essence of what fatherhood is that the Father has given us. Because what do we realize now? Fatherhood comes straight from the Creator. Who's the ultimate father? The Creator himself. So he's going to pass down that gifting to fathers. Now, whether we take it and we run with it, if we take it as the men we're supposed to be and utilize it, now that depends on us and the environment and the atmosphere as we grow in. So I think that's a lot of where the challenge is, but it's not undoable for the negative part. Yeah. We have to offer more lifting up, more aspirins, more things that push us up instead of push us away from side to side. And I think the time we're in now, we're starting to see that. We're starting to see that people understand the value of a man beyond the two things we're known for, the air quotes, to provide and protect, as they like to say. You know, yes, that's part of our mantra. But there's much more to us that is evidence to the family.
No, Ron, that's good. That's good. And so, I mean, you said a lot. So we're gonna unpack, brother. We're gonna unpack. We're gonna just have a conversation, man, because I know, Ron, in our encounters, you know, I love the fact, brother, that I have you, I have Frank, I have Jeremy, I have Chaz, you know, and that's just my further and father family. Then I have others that circle of accountability. So, Ron, if we're talking about the curriculum that Jeremy and I wrote, Get to the Heart of Fathers, who you, Frank, Chaz, has eloquently helped us put that into the community. There was a portion there, brother, when we got the reconciliation. I'll let you explain it. That you wrote a letter to your father. Explain that, brother, because that's, you know, normally that letter of reconciliation is something that you would reconcile where someone has hurt you or you've hurt others. And you're just looking to have that even playing field so that, again, you can lighten your heart, give that to our Father, and allow Him to restore those relationships back to health, productivity, and testimony. What was it about you writing that letter to your father?
Man, you brought back a powerful memory, man. Well, my situation is a little different than, I'm quite sure there's some others that are different, but I think mine's a little unique. That when people hear the word that, oh, the father's not in your life, most of the time, everybody gets the idea, oh, he took off, or you were born and he just wasn't there. He said, I ain't with that. Well, mine was a little unique. The fact that when I was born, my mother's sisters did not think he was adequate enough to be in her life, and they pushed him away. I know that. I'll let that sink in for the folks that are going to hear this. I know that's deep, but I'm quite sure they can kind of, relate when you come from one of those families.
Yeah.
But in essence, what it did was it put me in a position now where this brother can say, oh, I hate my father because he wasn't there, man. Or this brother says he was in my life for 3 or 4 years and then the joker disappeared. Ain't never seen the dude in life. Or it can be even deeper as, man, the dude was Papa Rolling Stone, man, and he was everywhere and everything. And he was living right down the block for 20 years. And I passed the joker house and never saw him that one time. So you got all those different things. But when you look at a young man that never knew his father because his father was forced away by others, not giving him an opportunity or a chance to reflect on who he came from, to get to see the man that he is made from, to get to see if the attributes that you carry coincide with the essence of this person so that you find your identity and you know who you are. That's a deep place to be. So I went through a whole youth. Once I realized that happened, it devastated me because I couldn't understand why. And the reason I couldn't understand why, because nobody would willingly tell me anything. Because my mother passed when I was 4. So now both of them are gone. So now that I got all her sisters there, no one wants to tell me about the situation to give me some clearance, give me some ground, give me something to work with. So now I'm growing up with this big question mark that nobody can answer.
Yeah.
So as I got older, to go fast forward to an adult, I came to the point to realize I can't be mad at my father. He wasn't around because he didn't want to be around. He wasn't given an opportunity to be around.
Come on.
That's a different situation. So growing up and changing my life spiritually, I came to that place of understanding, number one, forgiveness has to be there. Because I can't move forward unless I'm operating that way. And the forgiveness also will release him. Not knowing his situation, but this was like a just to make sure.
Yeah.
This is my show of love to him. I want to release him through forgiveness. And him to know that I love him in spite of. Because I never had a chance to physically put that love upon him and receive his in return. So when I came into our organization and I looked at the H.E.A.R.T curriculum and I saw we were having the men to write letters of reconciliation. And it was like, Father, I said, I want to honor my father. So let me write a letter to my dad, letting him know how much I love him, how much I appreciate him, how much I miss him, and how much I wish he had been in my life. And if I ever have an opportunity to see him, it will be from a joyful heart. And if I don't get to do it on this plane, I can't wait to get to heaven to meet that joker. Because I got to see the dude that made me.
Yeah.
So it was a blessing for me, man. Really was. It was a blessing.
No, Ron, that's why I wanted you to share that, man, because again, definitely a different perspective, right? And what I love though, Ron, is that certain things in the H.E.A.R.T curriculum just resonate with me. one thing that I always overlooked, to be honest with you, was in accountability, there are 9 enemies of accountability. You know, when Jeremy and I wrote it, it was a concept. We came up with it. Jay is great with the vernaculars, and so it was something that resonated, and then we just kind of moved on. That's just like the book, The Mandate. God hit me with those 13 scriptures. Him and I, we cultivated that. We put it out. But then when you take the step back, pride was one of them. Cognitive dissonance, inconsistency, all of those things, man. And I was thinking, man, when you resonate on accountability, when you resonate on being my brother's keeper, the thing that I love with us, Ron, is that accountability is something that if I had to attach a few names to you, accountable would be one of them, right? And here's why, Ron. And you don't know this. This is probably the first time you're hearing this, or I may have told it to you in passing, but 99% of the time, when I'm overwhelmed, you call me. And it's like, out of the blue, to you, or you may think, man, but brother, I just want you to know you're obedient to God putting me on your heart. And that's something that resonates with me because, that's why I understand, Ron, this is not just an organization. I know we're doing great work. And I know oftentimes the family is under attack. And it's not just the families of the world. We're under attack oftentimes initially, so that we can't synchronize and come together so that we can now develop that strategy plan to go forward and impact families. But brother, you love encouragement when we talk about those pillars of getting to the heart of fathers. Why does encouragement resonate with you so much when we're talking about the curriculum getting to the heart of fathers?
Yeah, mess around, maybe jump up, run around the room. Man, I mean, the whole H.E.A.R.T curriculum resonates with me, but encouragement resonates with me more than anything else because I understand that's the heartbeat of motivation for an individual to feel like they have self-worth. If you're not encouraging somebody, trust me, it's going to show in that person. They can wear the mask for a minute, but the mask is thin. You'll see through it. If you know what to look for, you'll see through it. Because encouragement ensures that someone understands who they are. I mean, we got to think, what is the key word for encouragement? We always say is the what? The mental agility. I kind of messed up that word a little bit there, but the mental agility that does what? It empowers fathers.
There you go. I know.
Yeah,
I know what you
and
mean.
then it produces family growth and stability.
That's right.
So when you look at those areas, you start breaking them down. How does it do it? I mean, what is encouragement? It's a gift.
It is.
It's got 3 parts to it. It's got wisdom. It's got discernment. It's got planning. Now you start looking at those parts as a father, and you start breaking them down. It's an essence that takes an ability to operate in that arena, to understanding what it is in order to impart it to your children. Yeah. It has to become a part of you, just like you getting up every day, brushing your teeth, taking a shower or bath, however you're gonna do for yourself, putting on your clothes. It has to become second nature to you. But the only way it does when you live it. And we as men, it's one of the greatest challenges we have is encouraging ourselves, much less encouraging somebody else. So when we have encouragement in us, we're able to do what with our young people? What are we able to do with our spouses? We're able to speak high value into their lives.
Yeah.
That's what encouragement does. It edifies, it lifts up, it motivates. It gives somebody a place to go. It gives the people we speak to, it gives them that stewardship authority. A lot of people don't hear that. Stewardship authority? Yeah. It gives them it gives them the ability, it empowers them to take on responsibility. It gives them the encouragement because their dreams are internal. But here's the thing, are they internally important to us as it is to them? When you're a father that encourages, yes, they are. Because you go beyond where you think you need to go to learn what those dreams are. Because you want those dreams to come to fruition. And they're looking to you for leadership. They're looking to you for that on point word they need, or that sentence they need, or that conversation they need to make sure they're in the right place, operating on the right plane. And even when they're going a little left, a little right, your encouragement is that little bump of the shoulder that knocks them back online again and gets them where they're going. And it's done from a position of love, not a position of looking down, not as a position of discipline in the sense of what most people in the world think discipline is. You can discipline without being harsh. You can discipline without, projecting physical dominance or intimidation. Because if you built the foundation with your children of love and oneness, they're able to receive from you. Even when they're not where they need to. Matter of fact, they already know when they're not where they're supposed to be, that you're going to be there. But they're not in fear of you because you're going to come like this big ogre with the big stick. But they know they're going to have to be accountable for their actions. So now when you had that conversation with them and encouragement, they're already opening up and talking, well, Dad, I was really thinking when I did that, and you're sitting there, you're not interrupting them, you're allowing them to talk. Because you want them to feel that safe space, that they can talk to you. You don't ever want your children to turn away from ever being able to communicate with you. That's the worst thing going. We see the evidence of that every day. Right. So once they poured out, that's giving you time as a father to allow the Creator to put the words in you that need to be spoken. Not of yourself, but of Him. Because ultimately, you're going to give them what's going to teach them, instruct them, and motivate them, and encourage them to go on. So when we talk to them, and let me throw this in there, most parents don't realize. When you're dealing with small children, not children that are close up to here, but down here, something they don't realize that helps a lot, especially with encouragement, is when a child is a toddler or smaller, and you get down on your knees and look them eye. It removes the intimidation factor. Because when you're standing over a child and you're standing 5, 10, 6 feet and even bigger, what you think you look like to that child?
You're right.
You look like a mountain, man.
Yeah.
And when we look up at a mountain, what's the first thing we think? I can't climb that mountain.
Wow.
All of a sudden, doubt comes in. Frustration shows up. All the things we don't want to be in the child. But when you come down here, you let them know you're important to me. That's why I'm down here on your level. So we can communicate this way. And as they grow, they expect that oneness, that camaraderie with you. So everything you're saying to your children, even when you're disciplining them, should be a place of encouragement. We want them to know that we are backing them. We want them to know that we believe in them. We want them to know that we want them to, as well as expect them to succeed. But it's not based on us. It's based on what they do with what we give them and how we speak into their lives. And that's so important because as you know, I'm a father of three adults. I don't even find it words in my mouth to call mine children. I can't. It feels strange as anything if I say my children.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all three in their 40s. So I got good and grown people,
That's right.
who also have good and grown people. And their children are grown. So now when I'm talking to them, I'm talking to adults. But here's the great thing about it. I can see what has been imparted in them through encouragement. It flows through the way they speak, the way they carry themselves, the way they see the world. They have that optimistic view. They don't have that tuned in, well, if I can't do this, they're always looking to grow, always looking to move, always looking to do something better. And I look at that, and the one thing that stands out that my children always say, they always remind me, they say, thank you, Dad. And they look up at heaven and say, thank you, Mom. Because if it had not been for the way that you guys raised us, encouraged us, always spoke into us, always led us, always told us what we were capable. Stop letting the word can't be in your vocabulary, or I don't know, or woulda, coulda. You didn't allow that in the house. You always spoke, but you never raised your voice when this didn't seem right. You sat down and you talked to us about the situation and circumstance, and then you said, give me your view of what you think it was. And when we did that, it gave us another perspective of how we looked at it now. And we went, I see now why Dad said do it this way, or why Mom said do it this way. That makes sense. And we held on to that. So encouragement is that area. And encouragement also, if we want to look at modern terms, we can look at the word smart. When you take encouragement, is it specific? Is it measurable? Does the encouragement achieve the outlining goal you're looking for? Does it line up with your values and your vision that you have for your family? Not just for your family, but even for yourself. And are you doing it the right way in the times that it's given? Do you know whether you need to give it for this much over here, pull back here, or wait till later to give it? Don't say anything right now, but wait for later, or give it till they go out the door with it. You know, so that's the way I look at it when I take it and bring it more to the modern mindset. It's a smart concept. And if we learn how to use it that way, we have better results.
Man, brother, you said a mouthful, because, you know, you just gave the analogy with smart. I thought of, you know, us as fathers giving our kids the blessing, right? You know, and that's also a whole nother topic for another day. Yeah. You know, Ron, what I love though, man, is that you also do this very natural thing. And now I understand, as you was just talking and highlighting how much encouragement means to you, you always give our parents in that FFL mindset, you know, as you're now eloquently just pretty much overseeing to assure that, you know, the fidelity of the program is moving along, because, you know, it's time to transition, bring in some new people, train the trainer, and you're still that constant reminder of how we operate in excellence, right? But Ron, you always gave a wisdom nugget, as I would say, to the parents at the end, you know, at the end of every session, you know, like what moved you, you know, because, you know, the curriculum in itself is always powerful, but what moved you, man, to just always add, as they would say, you Ron'd it, or you gave it your own spin, you know, you owned it. Like what was it about you, man, to just keep our parents encouraged with a wisdom nugget?
Well, understanding that, going back to one word, purpose. Understanding what purpose is and what it means is the key to every one of us individually as a human being, number one, as an individual, number two, because one of the things that most people don't understand, that you hear people say all the time, I don't know why I was even born. I don't know why I'm even here. Wow. Now that's a blow to the heart. Anytime I hear anybody say that, personally for me, it hits me hard, because that's a scary place to be. Because it leads to that one word we always like to use that most people don't understand is so important, that 3-letter word, why. What's your why? But your why can only come out of what you know about who you are. And when you don't have a self-identity, then you become whatever someone tells you you are. And what I see with a lot of our parents when they come in, a lot of them, they're not operating out of self-esteem. They're not operating on a high level, I should say, not saying completely, but not on a high level where they see themselves better than where they see themselves. Right. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
and they're speaking it. And you can tell in a person's conversation a lot of times where they are. Because sometimes they'll tell you stuff and you'll read between the lines, like the old saying, how you doing? Oh, I'm fine. I'm good. No. How are you really doing?
Yeah.
And they sit back and you can see that the depleteness hit because they're not really fine. But the question is, why aren't they? Because if they understood who they were, what they were, and whose they were, they would be more motivated to do the things that they're capable of doing. They'll be motivated to seek the gifts and abilities that they have within. Because we're all taught we have ability. Notice the key word I just said, the noun ability. I didn't say abilities. See, we have abilities, meaning we have multiple talents and multiple gifts, but most of us only operate in one in our life. Take an instance, look at sports.
Yeah.
You get a mother, she has a son, he's 13, he's 6'5", all you know is on and pop. Oh, my baby boy, he gonna play football. Oh, my baby boy, he gonna play basketball or whatever other sport. But in the downtime, she never pays attention that her son is over there and he's putting the Legos and stuff like that together. He's got puzzles and other stuff. What does that say about him? He has another gift that he's good at. But because she's only centered like this with the blinders to the sport, because she's been taught that this is the way out for a young Black man in the community. He's well beyond that. He has more gifts. But since that's all, well, what happens? Mom and dad push him that way. He spends the next 15, 20 years of his life endeavored in that one ability. He's blessed that he actually goes to college, becomes a professional. He plays 10, maybe most 5 to 10 years in the professional leagues. Then they come out. Now he's no longer a professional sports player, but he still has a whole life in front of him because he's only about maybe his beginning 30s, mid 30s. What's he going to do with the rest of his life?
That's right.
He don't have the sport anymore. What about those other gifts that he has available? So if he doesn't know he has them or has not tapped into them while he was on his quest, he's going to go and sit and lull in retirement. And what's going to happen to all that greatness that's within, that was actually confounded and built through the essence of the professional sport, because it put him in the room with movers and shakers and people who can make decisions and do things that if he had stayed in his normal life, he may have never had the opportunity to cross their path. But because that gift made a way for him, he can use it to downplay on the other things that he now is gifted to do, that because of his position, people are more inclined to come to him and say yes. Now he can go and make an even greater impact in the community and allow his gift to flow over into other people's lives as it was intended to do, while the Most High gave it to him. Our parents don't think like that because they're not presented with it. So when you understand your purpose, when you understand that you're bigger than just what you see and that you were brought here with an assignment, you're going to be successful. I've been blessed that I've been around those who projected that. I spent time around a man that wrote dozens of books and did dozens of recordings on it. For some that don't know, his name is Dr. Miles Monroe. I had the privilege of sitting in the room with him, not watching him on the tape, not hearing him on the radio, but sitting with him numerous times because he and my pastor were best friends. And I got to just be in the midst of that wisdom, man, and I was just sucking that stuff in more like, I mean, I was in my element. I was like, ooh, that's what I'm going to be. And reading his books and then studying it gave me my aha moment. I realized who I was and why I was and whose I was. And I knew the commitment was that I am been sent to pour this into the lives of others so they can become the most authentic person that they are. And they can walk in everything that they've been given to walk in. And that's what I strive to do. So for me, when I get in those classrooms, when I get in the midst of those, I want to make sure I'm giving them not just the curriculum, but I want to give them even extra seed that can go in deep, that they can grow from.
Yeah. No, I love it, Ron. And this really ties into, so I've always recognized other gifts that you've had. So I always ask you to lead us in prayer, corporate prayer, or the coming together to set the tone for these meetings. Because I know also, you have that gift. Even looking further, I was just sharing, I want us to be that organization where if there are some men that's gathering right now, whether they're in the gym, at a cigar shop, getting together for a small group in the church, you name it, wherever they are, and they're looking to say, man, it'll be great for us to do what those guys over there at Further and Farthing is doing. We have multiple curricula. We have leaders like yourself, Frank and Chaz, that will give of yourself to just put them in a space of encouragement for them to be all that they can be. We have a managing system to also help them pull in data, tell their story. What else, Ron, can you see us doing as an organization, as a body, in addition to what I just shared, to just have men, have communities build so that what we have can be poured out and shared with others? Like, if we could just vision cast, what would that look like? Because those are the things that I would love for us to start doing in the years to come. Frank already told me 5 years from now he want to be on the board. I told him, yeah, me too.
I agree with you guys on that.
Yeah. So if we had to set it up, Ron, where we're part of the board and we're just seeing how things are moving, whether it's through our organization or in the community, what is those things? What are those things, man, that we can say, man, we want to help contribute to so that families are more stable, communities are more thriving. There's more of building each other up instead of the crabs in the barrel mentality. What would that future look like for you, brother?
Wow. In the essence, is I would like to say, even more in-depth level what we're doing now, but on a higher plane, being able to reach whole communities at a time, not just pockets of groups here, but be able to have the impact on whole communities. Being able to see us in a place where we had 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 people in attendance, all geared and focused on what we're about to present to them. And then having not just us, but having those that have been impacted and affected by what we've done through all these years, be the ones to carry the torch now. As we're in the background, they're the ones out there speaking. They're the ones out there giving the testimonies. They're out there talking about how what we did with them changed their lives. And because of that, now they were able to start this group. They were able to open up this foundation. They were able to birth this school. They were able to bring this community to a place now where the community used to be a drug infested and garbage-laden community to now a beautiful place to live, because they saw the ability in themselves to raise the type of money that's needed. They had people among them that had the ability to look at a building and see what it could look like compared to what it does look like. and then had the ability of people to sign the paperwork and say, let's go do it. And it got done. And you can see a community that was depleting for 25 years with no growth. In a matter of 5 years, now becomes something that a city or a state can look at and see the advantage of having that community as a positive thing on the board. They see the growth, they see the possibilities. What is that going to do? It's going to impact the youth. Because I want to see us be able to impact our young people as we impact our adults.
Yeah.
Because this is what they're asking for. They may not be physically saying it, but their actions are dictating it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Our children are crying for identity. We have what they want. And if we're imparting it into their parents are now imparting it into them through our programs, FFL, through our Connect program, through the other curriculums we have that we can place out there. And now they get it, they wrap around in it. Because they take it, they own it. Now they begin to project it.
Yeah.
Now we see us expand and grow, continue. It's like the pebble in the water. What happens when you throw a stone in the water? It splashes and it gives a ripple effect on the top. Now we see the ripples on the top, we watch them fade, but do you see the ripples underneath? Because there's ripples that are still traveling underneath and they're still impacting. And that's what we do now. And where we want to be, I want that effect to be happening. I want to see the ripple of our legacy continually to travel. Yeah, while you and Frank are on the board and I'm director somewhere else, what we're doing, we have other people that are doing what we're doing now. And we can sit back and look and go, wow.
Yeah.
We had vision for it, but did we actually see that was going to happen? Yeah, we spoke the word and believed, but like always, we never see the way Daddy gonna do it.
No.
Because the way we visualize it, nowhere near the way he does it. and that's the impact it has on us. That's why it's so amazing to us.
And Ron, that's why I love because, you know, we're always in sync because we're always thinking those couple of steps ahead. And that's the beauty of having this band of brothers and our sister YKJ. I can't leave her out, and because you know that's how we now collectively come sit at the table. Everyone pull up their own chair, and we're building. But brother, we're gonna put a pin in today. But I cannot leave without asking you, brother, because I know you always have a wisdom nugget. I know you always have one. Do you have one on your ready heart, brother, to share before we get out of here today, brother?
Let me just say this.
Yeah.
Change doesn't scare you. It motivates you. And how's that? You plan, you pivot, you adapt, then you do it all over again. What you're doing is you're shifting your priorities and you're setting new goals. And in order for that to happen, for the people to realize or not, you need a team. It's not an I movement. You need a team. Because with that team is going to be there to encourage you. That team is going to be there to motivate you. Those moments when you ready to throw your hands up and say, I'm through, I can't do it no more. There's going to be somebody or the whole team that's going to come and whisper in your ear and remind you of why you were doing it. Because you weren't doing it for you. You were doing it for the ones that were looking at you from behind, who were motivated by what they saw you doing. So when you look back over your shoulder and you see who's watching, that kind of relights the spark, ignites it again, and you keep going. Yeah.
My brother, it's always a pleasure, man. Hey, we put a pin in today, but man, we got so much to talk about. So I know we'll be back. And Ron, thanks again, brother. I love you and appreciate you, brother. And till next time.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It's an honor. Peace and blessings.